Now this is the Range Rover SVR, and the guy inside it is a very good friend of mine, Hugo. I wasn't scared of the car, I'm scared of Hugo. This is the 2015 Range Rover SVR, and today we're gonna review it. And as most of you may know, this car is British, so it's gonna love a drink. And by that I mean it's a 5-liter V8 supercharged car that makes 530 horsepower and 502 or 3 foot-pound of torque. But here's the thing, it sounds really good. It whines from the front, it's very aggressive from the back, just like nothing else. Overcompensating. Now, I would like to stand here and, as usual, talk about every single part of the front end of the car. But this time, this video is fully unscripted, so we're just going to take a look at the full thing. The car looks very, very aggressive, and it looks very nice. And not only does it look very nice, there's also a very British touch to it. There is a light... What is this, an icon? A light what? There is a button on the key that has a light thing on it, and if you press on it, the lights will come on. If you press on it again, the lights will come off. It looks nothing like the Sport, and if you think it is the Sport, you have to take a look down here to see the SVR emblem, because it's not a Sport, it's an SVR. Now, moving on to the side, there's a lot more to see than the front. I want to start with the carbon fiber mirrors. Now, these are mirrors that fold. Unfold first, and they fold. 21-inch rims that are very similar to the ones you get on the Range Rover Sport, which are nice, and the brake calipers are paint matched to the car. Now, this is obviously that blue color that I think is the best on the SVR. You think it's the best? You think it's the best? Exactly. And of course, the car looks very sleek and coupey. It does have that coupe look. We're gonna have black door lining and a black roof. I'm pretty sure that is part of some package, or it's just how it is with the SVR. Was your Sport like that too? It was a black edition, so this is a black edition if it doesn't come like that for free. More serious note, the side of this car is very good looking. It's very aggressive looking, and you do get wide fenders in the front and in the rear. And some people look at this car and say, well, it's a little too high. You'll understand later, because it's quartz when you launch it. Now, coming around the back, you do get this very, very aggressive trunk spoiler that does complement the look of the car, and another SVR emblem. And all the way back here, you get taillights that look good. Not much to say about them. They're good looking. But what looks really good is this quad exhaust. This is the sound that these quad exhausts produce. Good. Now, in terms of trunk space, you do get a lot of trunk space. You can fit anything that you'd want to fit back there, because naturally it's an SUV. But it's a 5-liter V8 supercharged SUV that makes 530 horsepower, 550 horsepower. So the numbers are good and the space is good, but the numbers is better than the space. Now, getting in the car is pretty easy, and I only say that because you get bucket seats in the Range Rover SVR. Yes, but not only in the front, also in the rear. And another thing that will tell you that this is an SVR, you have carbon fiber all over the door. That you can't see, but I'll be showing you, obviously. And then you have some more carbon fiber in the middle here. One thing would be very nice if the back of the front seats were carbon fiber. That would definitely be a sight to see. And one more thing I want to point out to you guys is, if you're the owner of this car and you have passengers with you, you can just come stand somewhere close by and have them open both doors, and then you can see that this car will say Special Vehicle Operations and an SVO. Wait, that's a no. Is it a no? It's not a no. It's just an SV in the middle. Special Vehicle. Maybe that's what SV... do you think? Super far. SV super far. You're super... Where's the start button? Why are you being judgmental? Now, coming in the front of this car, the first thing I want to tell you is how hard it is to find the start button on this car. It's all the way up there. But after you're done with the start button, you can't help but look at the carbon fiber. And obviously, between all the carbon fiber, there's going to be a bunch of buttons that really don't make any sense. Just AC controls and stuff of that sort. Then, of course, you have the infotainment system, which I'm not going to take too much time on. If you want to see that, I'll leave a link up or down. Of the Range Rover Sport review that we've done, where we've went in detail. No, different person. Where we went into the infotainment system in much deeper detail. And you also have two more things that will remind you that this car is an SVR. You have one emblem over there, and then you have on the seats a little designated area that says SVR that lets you know there's an SVR. These of course are bucket seats, and they are much more comfortable than the bucket seats you get in the newer BMWs. And they're also much more comfortable than the one you get in the C63 and like the AMG bucket seats in general, right? These are more comfortable. Hugo says, yeah. I think he agrees. I think. You never know with Hugo will. But yeah, that is pretty much it for the interior of the car. Now, the reason why people want to buy this car is how it drives, how it accelerates, and how it feels. So, we're going to drive it. We're going to see how it feels. Alright guys, Range Rover SVR launch. Brakes all the way in, gas all the way in. Wow. Wow. You know what? You know what? For how old it is, and for its size, this is a fun car. And I hope you guys can hear me, but I have the windows down so you can hear the sound that this car makes. Now here's the thing, I'm not a big fan of SUVs, but I've always said if I'm ever gonna buy an SUV, it'll be the Range Rover SVR. I mean, listen to this. Yes. Incredible. And you know what? If you live in Dubai and you are looking for an SUV, I think that the Range Rover SVR is a great choice. I mean, look at this. You hit it and it just goes. Yes. The only there's an old pump. Now I hope you guys are picking up any audio at all. And I hope I'm not just screaming for no reason. This car sounds great, and I know the lighting in here is probably not good, but it's been a while since we filmed, and it's tough. But this does not take away from the car that this is. And here's the thing, the only issue with Range Rovers is reliability. So if you have some money, if you have a lot of money, you want to buy a Range Rover or you want to buy an SVR, you should definitely go for it. It's not the fastest car in the world, and yes, it's probably not the fastest SUV in the world, and maybe a little bit far from being the fastest SUV in the world. But the experience you get out of this car, the handling you get out of this car is actually pretty insane. I mean, we made a turn and we're on it. Yes! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it doesn't feel like a big, I mean, there is no body roll. And that is an issue that I've noticed with a lot of SUVs that I drove. It always feels like we're kind of bouncing rather than turning. But with this car, it is. And no, a couple of pops. And you might think, look at this guy. And you might think this is an experience I get out of the M8. Maybe I do. I've never really tried driving with the windows down, but now that the weather is getting better, this car is actually so much fun. It's actually so much fun. And I mean, it handles so well. I'm not gonna launch it anymore, but we're gonna step on it one more time and just enjoy it. Boy, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy right now. And I think I want an SVR. So now the car is in comfort mode. Exhaust valves are closed. And I'm already bored. So we're gonna open the exhaust valves. We're just gonna put it back in sport. And we're just gonna give it 3,500, 4,000 RPM. Nothing crazy. It is almost nighttime, and I hope you guys can still see me. What can I say? What can I say? I'm gonna put the car in park, or it's gonna put itself in park, and just listen to this, okay? Listen to this. There isn't much else in the world that you would need. A car that is practical, not reliable, practical, or reliable if you take care of it. Sounds unbelievable, drives unbelievable, handles unbelievable, and everything about this car is unbelievable. Range Rover SVR, and I think this very same car is gonna go for sale. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I'll let you know down below in the comments if it is. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.